Rising Divine Lights, and welcome to Serenity Breeze Tarot LLC. I am your host, Janet the Psychic Medium, and today's video is focused on mediumship training. Before we begin, I want to remind you that you are on a very special journey. Okay, so let's take this opportunity for you now and slow down. Before intentional steps are to be taken, I want to just first say I do have my notes here, and we're going to be working through your own intuition. Okay, so today we're going to move through several exercises designed to help you explore shadow work, spiritual awareness, and ancestral connection and intuitive development. So grab your journal, grab your special pen, and also your cards, whether tarot, oracle, if you're using charms, if you're using bones, whatever divinational tools that you have, go ahead and grab them. So that way you can participate along with me. Okay, so we're going to take a deep breath, center ourselves, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So, again, welcome in to Serenity Breeze Tarot LLC. My name is Janet, the Psychic Medium. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. And we're going to go ahead and jump into our shadow work. You're going to be prompted with 3 prompts. Okay, these prompts are designed to help us identify what may need to be acknowledged, released, healed, and understood before we move deeper into our spiritual work. Do not rush your answers. If something comes up emotionally, give yourself permission to sit with it. Okay, so the very first prompt we have here is creativity. How can you channel your shadow self in creative activities? Creativity. How can you channel your shadow self in creative activities? Write whatever comes to you first. Don't overthink it. Prompt 2, the color of. What color is your anxiety? Why? If you do not claim to have anxiety, that's fine. When you close your eyes and I ask you, what color is your worry? What color is your stress? And why? Why do you think it's that color? Prompt 3. Shame. Think about a time when you felt shame. What was happening? Think about a time when you felt shame. What was happening? Think about a time when you felt shame. What was happening? Take a moment to look over what you've written. Remember, awareness comes before transformation. You cannot release what you refuse to acknowledge. Okay. Now that we've begun clearing out what no longer serving us, we're going to go ahead and ask for a little guidance. Okay. I am going to be pulling from the Priestess of Light Oracle deck. I'm going to pull one card for today's advice or affirmation for the day. Okay. The first card that comes up is clarity, planning, releasing, illusion. This card gives me the idea to plan, prepare, prosper. Okay, some of you guys may be seeing a eagle. Okay, because eagles have that perception of sight that they do higher than other birds, they have a sharper focus. Okay, so that's what this card is giving me here. Sharpen focus on our goals. Get clear on goals to achieve them. Be clear on who you are, what you want, and how you're going to get there. Having clarity helps with bringing in new ideas, being accurate, and also being inspirational to others. The affirmation that goes with this card is, and you can go ahead and put this in the comments or in your journal, I release illusion and confusion. I think clearly, focus on my plans, and let my life shine. All right. All right, that's going to be us clearing out. Let's go ahead and usher in our spirit team. So before we begin, we're going to go ahead and take a moment to intentionally create space for our spiritual practice. Take a few deep breaths. Bringing in that air, releasing it. That breath of life to usher in the ancestors. Pause for the calls to acknowledge all ancestors, angels, and guardians in all places and spaces. We welcome you in now. So may this space remain protected, peaceful, grounded, and centered in love, with wisdom and in truth. And now we continue. So now we're going to work with the Ancestor Oracle deck. Okay, this card is going to help us explore the question, when should I connect with my ancestors? Okay, this isn't about forcing a connection. It's about becoming aware of moments, environments, feelings, dreams, memories, and spiritual practices that may help us be more receptive. Okay, so on this card, it states, shine brightly, stand out, be proud, individuality. So if you're looking at this card here, this message is when. When should I connect with my ancestors? When you're shining brightly, when you're standing out, being an individual. So this is giving me someone that's finding their own expression, right? When you're in your happy moments and you're like, you found your bliss, when you found your, people may call it a flow state, right? When you're in your flow state and you're like, oh, this is amazing. Bring your ancestors into that moment as well. They love to see us happy and enjoying life. They want to be a part of that as well. So when you're in that moment of bliss, call upon your ancestors to also, hey, Auntie Suzanne, so-and-so, come and join me while I paint this picture. Uncle Joe, come sit with me while I write this song, whatever the situation is. Okay, when you're expressing yourself, when you're shining your brightest, go ahead and invite them in. Now we're going to move into our mediumship training deck. Okay, we explored when we may connect. Now we're asking, how can I become more spiritual? How can I have that spiritual communication? So pay attention to the symbolism of this card, your first impressions, and most importantly, what you personally notice before you hear an interpretation from me. This message is how there is words on the back, so I am going to read the information on the back, so that way you get a bigger understanding of what this card is suggesting. So the back of the card states, the card says divine nudges. The card states, divine nudges, synchronicities, and so-called coincidences, because I do not believe in those, are clear signs that Spirit is knocking at your door. These blessings and signs of grace are not just mere coincidences, but are evidence that you are and always will be connected to Spirit. Spirit working through synchronicity can manifest in so many unique ways. Some people refer to these occurrences as divine nudges. Examples of this include hearing the same phrases from more than one person in a day, or identical numbers repeatedly showing up in your life. Have you met an individual out of the blue who seemed to answer a question that you were just asking yourself? These are all signs for you to pause, be open, pay attention, and most importantly, to acknowledge that Spirit is sending you a message. When you're developing your spiritual abilities, Spirit knows how you need to develop and evolve, and will continue to steer you in the direction for your highest good. You may not always follow Spirit's prompts, but you will still be continually and gently nudged forward. By following the prompts and guidance, you'll notice how much more people, situations, and synchronicities start appear in your life. The more you begin to notice these meaningful divine nudges, the easier it is for them to multiply and give you spiritual guidance. Be open to synchronistic signs, welcome them, and act on them accordingly, for these are signs that Spirit is there to guide and help you. So I want you to take a few moments and just kind of visualize and see, when have you received a divine nudge? Write it down if you have to. Put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear and read some of them for you guys as well. Remember, mediumship development isn't about forcing yourself to experience something. Okay? It's about learning to observe your impressions, remaining grounded, remaining protected, and developing discernment. Okay? There are many times when I would ask a question to the divine, God, source, divine, creator, Spirit, what have you. And I would just look around me and I would see something happen and go, Divine, did you just answer me through that? Okay, and if I can find that connection, which I most likely will, once I find that connection, I'm like, oh wow. Whether it's a song on the radio, and it's singing the words, if you really tune into the lyrics, it starts to talk about what I'm feeling, or starts to talk to me, and I'm like, you do hear me, okay? Those are divine nudges, okay? Once you can find that similarity, that synchronistic pattern, you will understand that the divine is always speaking to you. I say divine, you can say God. God is always speaking with you. And that's how your ancestors is as well. They're always attempting to get your attention. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and move over into our Hoodoo Tarot deck. We're going to use the God and I spread, which I have renamed it and reformatted it. If you would like that spread, let me know down in the comments. I have created a template for you to use and some instructions on how to use it as well. It is the idea of the Celtic Cross with Serenity Breeze Tarot LLC's twist to it. So if you would like to see that spread, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. and I'll go ahead and send it out to you. However, I'm going to go ahead and put my 10 cards here. Okay, and as each card comes out, I'm going to give you a moment to observe what is happening within them. Okay, so I have all of them now. So if you're following at home, please write down your first impressions before listening to mine. So the first card I have, Dr. Buzzard in the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. This will be the Justice card. Okay. Here I have Dr. Buzzard, who is standing in front of a courthouse. Okay. He is standing in front of a statue where he has a balance scale. He has a cigar in his hand. Okay. And he also has Asheo, gracias. He also has a suit, tie, and a hat on. Okay, and he's using the confirmation. Thank you, Divine. He's also using August 27th, just came to me. August 27th could be a birth date. Is what I just heard. Okay, so he's standing here, and with this card, with Justice, this is the current energy right now. Okay, so something is currently being balanced out. Okay. Right next to it, I have card number 2, which is Dr. Grant. In the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, this would be the Hermit card. Okay. Dr. Grant is someone that prefers to go out and pull his herbs himself. He works alone. He likes to go to wooded areas to pick up the herbs or the medicine, if you will, for his practice. Okay, and that's something that we're challenging in the challenge aspects. Okay, card number 3 is going to be past influences. I have the grandchildren here. So this would be the traditional star card. Okay, so in the past, it seems like there may have been some type of struggle to get your foot in the door to start whatever mission, purpose, your goals to get that started. Okay, then we have card number 4. Card number 4 goes above card number 1. If I didn't say this before, card number 1 is in the middle. Card number 2 is going to be, if you're looking at your cards, on the right hand side but sideways. So this is card 1. Card 2 is going to go sideways like that. Okay. Then you have card 3 here. Okay. Card 4 is going to go above card 1. Like that. Okay. Card number 4 talks about what's upcoming. Okay, it has the Ace of Baskets, which in the traditional tarot, it'd be the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Baskets talks about a new emotional fulfillment, right? Something new that's going to bring you a lot of emotional joy, okay? Something that's going to bring some type of... On this card, it has a basket being overflowed. So you might be overwhelmed with emotions. Something's going to be just overwhelming to you, okay, to where it's like, maybe these are your tears, okay? You're so excited that you're crying tears of joy. That's what it's coming to me as well. Card number 5 is going to be what's next. Okay, we have what's next. For card number 5, I have the 6 of Knives, which in traditional tarot would be the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Knives talks about removing yourself from a emotional state, environment, people, that no longer suits you, that no longer benefits you, that's no longer pouring into your cup, if you will. And this could be just mentally draining on you, right? So you are packing up and you're leaving, or you have already packed up and you already left, right? So this is something that you have decided, I'm hearing a song, I've got to get away, I gotta fly away, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know some of the words weren't in there, but this is that energy, okay? Having to get up and go. All right. We also have the card number 6. 5 of Knives, which would be the 5 of Swords in traditional tarot. Okay. The 5 of Knives, every time I see this card, it's always like, first of all, let's talk about the position. The position of this card talks about what's anchoring you, what's keeping you grounded, what's keeping you centered, right? Because it's at the bottom, it's underneath card number 1. So every time I see this card, I just hear, put your money where your mouth is. Because if you look, she has a dime between her teeth. Okay? And that always gives me, put your money where your mouth is. Okay? This also gives me, be careful who you speak to because it might cost you. Okay? Or be careful what you say to other people because it may cost you. Okay? This could also mean, in this position, arguments, fights, debates, saying things that you really don't mean that may cost you, right? Have you ever heard the saying or the expression, life and death is in the tongue, right? And you see how she has those 5 knives in her hands? This is what that image is giving me as well. If I had to come up with some type of verbal expression, that would be it. Card number 7. Again, if you would like to see the spread, let me know down in the comments. So that way I can send that over to you. Okay. Card number 7 is a railroad bill. This is going to be the advice position. Railroad bill in traditional tarot is the Chariot card. So the advice is going to be, just keep moving forward, keep chugging along, because in this one it's literally a train. Chugga 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 choo choo. I just heard Thomas the Train. Thomas the Train. Okay. So in this position, it talks about advice. It gives you advice on how to work within your current situation, okay? So it says just keep moving forward. There are stories behind each one of these individuals within these cards. I'm not going to get into depth with them. However, there are very specific stories that give you more clarity when it comes to why they are specifically designed and illustrated on these specific cards. So with Railroad Bill, not giving a hoo-ha, okay, not giving a hot damn of who told him what to do. Railroad Bill was going to continue to keep pushing. He was going to keep moving along. You can think of Railroad Bill as a rebel. Okay, but moving forward. That's literally what that is talking about. Like, just moving forward. Okay. With card number 8. Card number 8 position is the Divine Intervention. Divine Intervention card is a 6 of coins. Traditional 6 of pentacles. So Divine Intervention is, with this card, look at that one. This one is scratching her left hand. And if you know anything about hands, left side is intake, right side is output. That's why we outstand our right hand when we shake it. So to scratch your left hand, that is something that's coming into you. And as you can see, baby, how you doing? Okay, this is luck. This is money coming in. There's a $2 bill that they're holding on to. And not only that, but she does have a 4-leaf clover on her right index finger. So what that would mean to me is this is someone that doesn't have an issue, doesn't see a problem with also giving out what is being received. Okay, and that's what the Six of Pentacles talks about, is that equal give and take. Okay, because if you look at the hands, each finger is designed and applied, represents an element, and it also represents a zodiac sign. Okay, but we're just going to talk about what it represents in this case. Right now, the 4-leaf clover on the index finger, it represents Mars. Okay, and Mars is action. It's all about doing. Okay, so 4-leaf clover, that's giving somebody else that luck. Okay, you're receiving some money, and I'm gonna go ahead and bless somebody with $20. Okay, you got some wiggle room to give out. Right. We then have here card number 9 is what's hidden. I have Father of Knives, which in traditional tarot would be King of Swords. What's hidden with the Father of Knives? Every time I see this card, it gives me time. Someone that is really like headstrong about time. Okay, someone that is really aware of how to spend their time. Okay, I'm hearing don't waste my time. Okay, time is of the essence. All these time expressions are starting to come through. So that's what I'm getting with this one. So what's being hidden at this current moment is time. So don't let, I'm just hearing like, don't let time ruin your day. Because someone's like really focused on time. They say, keep that hidden. What's hidden is the time aspect of everything. Okay. Just keep moving forward with Railroad Bill. But don't get in trouble with Railroad Bill. But keep moving forward like Railroad Bill is what I should say. Card number 10, we have Paw, which in traditional tarot would be the Moon card. So the outcome of this is going to be a mystery. Okay, what's done in the dark will soon come to light. However, something is being exclusively hidden from you or not shown to you currently at this moment because there is some type of reward at the end, if you will. So in this card, there's a dad that sits on the edge of a dock with his son staring up at the moon. Okay, and this dad is part of the Black American Men in Secret Society. Okay, so if you're thinking about like any sororities, fraternities, Freemasons, Illuminati, all those type of secret societies, right? And this is what this father is a part of. He's a part of a group that keeps their secrets close. Unless you really know that person, you can bring them in. That's just like you. You can bring them in and let them in on a little something. Okay. This could be something that you've prayed for and you don't really see the full answer yet, but you're starting to see little trinkles of the truth. You're starting to see little trinkles of your reality coming forth. And that's what that is. Okay. So now what I want you to do is I want you to now look at all 10 of cards together. Okay. And what story do they tell collectively? If you're not using cards, if you're using bones, charms, runes, whatever your divinational tools are, I want you to still look at them and see how do they relate collectively. What symbolisms are represented within themselves? Okay. What emotions came forward? What did you notice before I said anything? Hey, that observation helps with your mediumship training, okay? That information, that observation that you was able to produce may have been your spirit team speaking those ideas to you as you're going through this, okay? I do have to go along with the God and I spread, individual pairings of the cards. So this card and this card means this, gives you a deeper meaning for your spread. This card and this card has a deeper meaning for your spread. So again, if you are looking for how the spread is laid out, let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure I reach out to you and we can exchange that information. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to add a little randomness to this exercise. Okay, I'm going to roll a dice. Okay, this dice has up to the number 12. Okay, so 1 through 12. That's how many names I'm going to pull from the ancestral name list. I've already done that in the beginning of the video, which it came out to the number 5. Okay, so what I did was I went through my names and I pulled out 5. Okay, these names could be of your ancestors. And when I say ancestors, I refer ancestors to any family members or loved ones that has gone before you and transitioned into the spirit realm. Okay, this can also be names of people that's in your living life that is also placed in your life to help you along this journey. Okay, whether you may not know it or not, they're in your life for a reason. Okay, so each name that comes forward, please make sure that you pay attention to what the name is and how this name makes you feel, whether it's a memory that you have with this person. If you receive any type of image in your mind, any clips, any daydreams that comes to mind, any sensations, any symbolism that you know what this name means, any of that, or any other impressions, okay? All of those helps with your mediumship training, okay? Everything goes together, okay? So the first name that I pulled out was Melissa. Melissa. Second name, Jesus. Jesus. Third name, Daniel. Daniel. Fourth name, Jeanette. Jeanette. Fifth name, Alexis. Alexis. So I'll read them one more time. Melissa, Jesus, Daniel, Jeanette, Alexis. Okay, those names can also be brought up as nicknames. So instead of like Melissa, it could be Mel or Lisa. Instead of Jesus, if it goes by any other shortened version of that. We also have Alexis, like Lexis or Lexi, or Alex, Daniel, Danny, Danielle, whatever those cases are too. So just be mindful of that, okay? That pretty much wraps it up for me here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am now going to bring us to the ending of our mediumship training. Okay, we reached our final message for today's training. I'm going to pull one more card. This card is from the Insight Oracle deck. This card will give us our wow, our word of wisdom. Okay, what is the one message we're meant to carry with us after today's session, ancestors? Dreams. Pursue dreams with passion and determination. They inspire growth and achievement. I would like you to take this message with you, journal about it, sit with it, and most importantly, pay attention to how the message shows up in your everyday life. Dreams. So before we close, I want to take a moment to intentionally close out the spiritual exercise in this session. So, ancestors, angels, and guardians, much gratitude for your assistance today. Thank you for being my ears and eyes in places that I need not be, and protecting me from enemies that are known, unknown, seen, and unseen. Okay. I release this space and return all energies fully to the present moment. May everything that belongs to me remain with me. Anything that was put upon me, everything that does not belong to me, I release, return, rebuke, repent, and back into the universe. I close this session with gratitude. Again, Divine Light, thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you for joining myself and my team here at Serenity Breeze Tarot LLC. We will be doing more of the mediumship training coming soon. Okay, this does take a lot out of me to do these, and I have prepped this for a while to figure out how to get this started. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here with me. And until next time, okay, stay grounded, stay discerning, stay connected, and always remember divine lights. If it doesn't benefit, don't benefit. Ashe, 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 y'all. Toodles. Thank you so much for being here with me, divine lights. I'll see you guys soon.